Hello, and welcome to another invigorating episode of Furries in the Media. I'm Abergwine, and today let's take a look at Inside Edition's report of the furry fandom.
They call themselves furries, and they gather by the hundreds, wearing cartoon animal costumes.
I appreciate the fact that instead of trying to define anthropomorphism for their audience, they stuck to using smaller words that people can more readily understand, like cartoon animals. I think this strategy actually works here. Good job!
This photo was taken at a convention in Pittsburgh called Anthrocon. Can you believe more than 1,300 people showed up wearing furry costumes?
Why, yes, I can. As it turns out, Anthrocon 2015 actually saw more than 6,000 attendees, but only around 1,400 of those people were there in fursuits. Note that they've carefully worded this so that it sounds like all the furries in attendance were wearing fursuits. Technically, they didn't say there weren't any other attendees besides the fursuiters, but it leads the audience to the conclusions that 1. All furries have fursuits, and 2. There aren't that many furries to begin with. Both of these claims are false by a long shot.
This YouTube video shows the hot new trend at furry conventions, the dance-off.
Yep. I've been noticing in recent years that dance competitions are becoming a big event at almost any furry convention.
So what's it like inside a furries convention?
Oh my goodness.
Inside Edition producer Nicole Kumar went in posing as a furry at a gathering in San Jose, California.
Posing as a furry? That sounds really shady. In fact, a little Google birdie tells me that Further Confusion released a statement that they did not give Inside Edition permission to film at Further Confusion 2015, but Inside Edition registered at the convention and filmed there anyways. Not cool, guys.
I was approached by somebody who said I had to put a dollar bill on her antler and then the beast would save my soul.
Well, you snuck into a furry convention. What did you really expect?
Many of the furries pose for professional photos, like any family portrait, only a lot weirder.
Inside Edition. It's just like an actual news station, only a lot shittier.
These hotel guests can hardly believe their eyes. Furries are triggering fierce criticism from some. Weird and losers are some of the milder comments on YouTube.
I think you've lost me there. What does calling furries weird have to do with what really happens at a furry convention?
Morgan Smakel is a furry. At her home in Iowa, she showed us one of her fursuits. A giant pair of feet, a little padding on the hips and butt, zipper up the front. Then comes the big finish, the headpiece, to complete a character she created, a red panda named Katana Rose. Price tag, $2,500.
I can breathe just fine. The mouth hole's big enough. I can even drink water if I need to get a water bottle there.
I'm glad they included the price of her suit here, but I wish they had used more footage from the interview in their final report. From what I've read of Katana Rose's account of what happened, this interview actually went really well. Let's check out those review stats. Accuracy is 75%, and the spirit is 0%, averaging out to 38%. And now time for my thoughts. At a first glance, this report seems to be pretty mediocre, but it all falls apart under close scrutiny. If Inside Edition had gone through the proper channels to get footage from Further Confusion 2015, I don't think I would be as upset as I am. The thing that gets me the most about that whole incident is that they were filming people without their knowledge or consent, and I feel that this is an unfair invasion of privacy. I was also less than impressed with the way they kept calling furries weird throughout the report. I can understand if someone has to do a report on a group of people who deviate from the norm and they want to make sure to cover all of the bases and not leave out any details. But if they go out of their way to label that group of people as weird or some other derogatory term, no matter if they credit someone else with saying it, the report is really not doing that group of people any favors. I just wanted to say before anyone jumps to any conclusions, just know that Katana Rose and her boyfriend had nothing to do with the camera crew that snuck into Further Confusion 2015. They didn't have any knowledge of that, and even if they did, they really didn't have any influence to be able to do anything about it. In fact, Katana Rose has said herself that she did not approve of the methods that they used to attain that footage. I know I've said in the past that responding to a casting call is not a good idea. However, I think this particular instance has proven to be an exception to the rule. Katana Rose and her boyfriend did everything right on their end. From what I understand, she rehearsed her answers for a couple weeks beforehand. They got the film crew's word that they would not manipulate the footage or speak ill of Katana Rose or her boyfriend, and she even contacted Samuel Conway for his advice for what to do for the situation. Even after taking these precautions, they were still aware of the possibility that the film crew could go against their word and manipulate the footage, though thankfully they did not do this. As upset as I am about the questionable news reporting methods used at Further Confusion 2015, I am happy to hear from Katana Rose's personal account that she and her boyfriend found the camera crew who conducted the interview with them to be quite pleasant to work with, and she has also said that she would be happy to work with them again in the future. Well, that's it for this episode. Have fun, stay awesome. Bye-bye!